Good evening, VC. Dave here. Hope everybody's doing well and had a good Christmas. Jumping on here, gonna share with you guys the records that I've picked up recently. And so we'll jump in straight away. First record I was able to pick up from Tom Minko here in the VC. And that is, it's an absolute masterpiece. Azar Lawrence, Bridge into the New Age. It's a white label promo from 1974 on the Prestige label. Got some amazing players on here. You got Woody Shaw on trumpet, of course Azar Lawrence on soprano and tenor sax. You got Billy Hart on drums, and the bass players on this album, man, Clint Houston and also John Hurd, absolutely kill it and really make this record for me. I also have Julian Priester on here on trombone. What an absolute masterpiece. Spun this a bunch. Highly recommended. One that I've been looking for quite some time and was very stoked when Tom reached out to me. He had got another copy, so I was able to sell this one to me. There's the label. This one's going to be getting quite a lot of play here. Absolutely badass. All right, the next record, I was watching a video from Alex in the VCs from Southern California, LA area, and man, he's really been showing some outstanding stuff lately. Stuff out of the norm that I stuff I don't normally see in the VC except from him. And he had shown this record and was playing it, very intriguing. And as soon as I got done watching the video, I was checking Dusty Groove's site just to see what they had used. Always check them periodically, and literally stumbled across a used copy of this record, and it's fairly rare. This is from it's a French record from 1975. It's the original on Sun Records. I'm not good with French, so it's from the players are Jean-Jacques Berge, Francis George, and Chirac. Defense Day, and it's an electronic record with some jazz elements. Yes, this is something you really need to check out on YouTube. Man, this is amazing record. Was very stoked to find a copy at a really good price. Of course, it's got a little bit of water damage on the cover. The record plays VG Plus, so couldn't be happier with that. Defense Day is the name of the album, from '75 on Sun Records. Went down to Savannah, Georgia for Christmas and to Tybee Island. And whenever I'm in Savannah, I hop into Graveface Records, amazing record store there. They always have great stuff. And they put posts up every Saturday morning of their used bin on Facebook. So you at 10 a.m. you can get a sample of what they've put out for the day. And they also ship, so if you see something, you can call them and they'll pull it and ship it to you. And I saw one the week before going down that I was interested in. I called them and they actually held it for me since I was going to be there. I was like, you don't need to ship it. I'll be there in a week if you don't mind holding it. And they did so. And that is the Art Ensemble of Chicago. Nice guys on the ECM Records label. It's from '79. It's original. Man, this is a great album from Art Ensemble. Very stoked to find this. It's the first time I'd ever seen it pop up anywhere. And it was very cool that they held it for me. So I went in and grabbed that, and of course, dug through what they had, and they were really picked over because I didn't get in there until I think it was Sunday morning before Christmas. But I did find a couple other records there. I did find Charles Lloyd at Monterey, Forest Flower, original on the Atlantic label from '67. This is an amazing record. You've got Charles Lloyd on tenor sax and flute, Keith Jarrett on piano, Cecil McBee on bass, and Jack DeJohnette on drums. Charles Lloyd, Forest Flower. It's a live album. The Gatefold. One that I had on my list, so it was I think it was $6, so I was very stoked to pick that up. And the next record I found at Graveface was one I really was just simply never expecting to run across. And was looking in their psych section, and I think this was misfiled or something, but this is an album, Lose, 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 compilation of the bands Fight Amp, Ladder Devils, and Kowloon Walled City. I love Kowloon Walled City. They're from the San Francisco area, real slow, heavy, melodic. And then Fight Amp is from Philly. I believe Ladder Devils also are from there. This is on the Brutal Panda Records label. And this is the 2010 limited clear vinyl. And this, man, I've seen this record go for $90, $100. This was 12. I think they A, misfiled it, and B, mispriced it. But, you know, I'm not going to hesitate on grabbing that. Absolutely badass stuff. And then on the weekends, they open up the adjacent building and just have bins of dollar records. And so I went through a few before leaving and picked this record up. Best of Chico Hamilton on the Impulse label, Gatefold. This is reissue from '72. I think it was originally released in '69. This is in impeccable condition, just dead mint. The record plays like brand new. Gatefold. Got Gabor Szabo on here on guitar. Charles Lloyd is also on here. Ron Carter on bass. Richard Davis also appears on bass, and Larry Coryell on guitar. This is absolutely awesome stuff, and a lot of songs that I don't have on other Chico records that I have in the collection, so I was happy to grab that for $1. And so that's everything I picked up in Savannah. Wasn't a whole lot. They were really picked through on the used. I saw some interesting later Sam Rivers stuff, but I wasn't familiar with it, so yeah, didn't pick it up. But I'm gonna be checking that out on YouTube and maybe giving them a call and have them ship those to me. So got back, and of course, you know, with the holidays, you know, a lot of people have been, you know, trading in records, so I had to hit up the locals, see what was in the used bins, and this is one that Rob and the VC from his channel Sound Strange had recommended to me to pick up if I ever saw a copy, and sure enough, there was one in the used. Brian Eno, Another Green World, and this is an original U.S. pressing. Man, $10. This is an absolute masterpiece from Brian Eno, and yeah, on the Island label, U.S. press. It's got a different label, of course, than the U.K. I like the U.K. label a lot better, but happy to grab this very cheap, and it plays great. Everybody knows this record. And then hit up Lunchbox Records here, and picked this up. This was recommended by Diana in the VC in Germany. And this is the album Keikaku Moyo, Masana Temples, on the Guru Guru Brain label. Amazing artwork here. Man, this is an unbelievable record. just beautiful. I think the label really sums it up well. This is brain rolling, dreamy psychedelia from Japan. Good for chilling, barbecuing, biking, and space traveling. Yeah, that'll pretty much sum it up. And they've got another one of his albums in as well. So I'm going to be checking that out. This is on YouTube. Highly recommended. Or definitely watch Diana's video. Yeah, she plays this in one of her recent videos and recommended it. So yeah, it was spot on. Great stuff. And then in their used, I found this for $10. A 1966 original stereo pressing of John Coltrane, Kule Say Mama. $10. It is marked condition of the record good plus, but it plays more like VG plus. And the gatefold's in fantastic condition. I don't know if his lackeys were pricing the stuff that day or what, but are you kidding me? So snatched that right up. And then went back the next day. They had held a few records for me, and man, this is one that I never thought I'd run across in the wild, and that's Doug Carn, Infant Eyes, on the Black Jazz Records label, original from 1971. You just don't see these down here very often. You're going to see these more in the Northeast, maybe Chicago, pop up more, but yeah, awesome record. We played it in the store. It plays like dead mint. Just absolutely gorgeous record. The vocals are amazing from Gene Carn, who was also on the Azar Lawrence record. Of course, Doug is on piano, electric piano, and organ. Got Henry Franklin on bass, just a badass bass player. Michael Carvin on drums. Yeah, what a lineup. And yeah, if you ever see anything on the Black Jazz Records label, pick it up. It's going to be great stuff. And then they also held this record for me, and one of the best to come out on Blue Note. Just unbelievable and hard to find. I've really and still have never come across an original, so I was happy to pick up this copy. It's an '86 DMM press, and I really like the DMM presses. And that's Larry Young Unity Blue Note. This was released in '86 on this pressing. Got Woody Shaw on trumpet, Joe Henderson on sax, Larry Young killing it on the organ, and Elvin Jones on drums. Just a sick lineup and an absolute classic. If you're into jazz, this needs to be in your collection. It took me a long time, but I finally have a copy, so I'm very stoked. And then the last record I picked up there was sitting in the used bin for $5, and jumped on this straight away. Eric Dolphy at the 5 Spot, Volume 1. It's a 69 stereo pressing on Prestige. And it's got some writing on the back cover. Record's not in the best of condition, but $5. Are you kidding me? Amazing performance. Legendary from Eric Dolphy. Booker Little on trumpet, Mel Waldron on piano, Richard Davis on bass, and Eddie Blackwell on drums. Of course, I'll be looking for Volume 2, but happy to pick this up for next to nothing. And then also, I did pick up a 7-inch. I'm a really big Heat Miser fan, band from Portland from back in the day. Of course, Elliott Smith was a major part of that band, and yeah, anything of his that I run across that I don't have, I pick up. And this was a 7-inch that was released in 2013 on Kill Rock Stars, alternate versions from Either Or, which is my absolute favorite of his solo recordings. And So I was very stoked to pick this up, and I've never heard these versions, so absolutely awesome. Alternate versions of Angelus, Alameda, Ballad of Big Nothing, and Punch and Judy, which are just, all those songs are just unbelievable. And personally, I'm of the belief that this man was murdered. I don't mean to start any kind of big deal here, but man, yeah, I know he had his issues with a lot of things, but taking a giant kitchen knife to the chest, when there's an estranged woman, I don't know if I'm buying the suicide part of that. That's just my opinion. Yeah. So anyway, guys and gals, hope everybody's doing well. Was hoping to slow down a little bit on the records, but here we are. I think we're all in that boat. Peace.